Hello, everybody. Welcome, Keller Williams Mountains to Sound, Keller Williams Puget Sound, the Thrive Forward community, and all of our special guests joining us today. We have a fantastic business meeting planned for you guys today with an amazing panel of agents that are going to be sharing all of their very best practices for their lead generation. And oh my gosh, you're going to get so much out of this today. So the first thing I want to do, we've got some business to take care of. So I'd like to go ahead and invite Mr. Bill Allison in. Would you come on in, Mr. Bill?
Here I am. Look at that. It's like magic.
I love it.
Yeah.
Okay, so I am going to share my screen here.
Please do.
And you are going to share with us this wonderful thing called Trunk or Treat. What is going on?
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. Obviously, I don't know if you have seen or maybe you've heard there's this whole little, pandemic thing going around. It's been going around for a little bit now this year. And so we know that Halloween is going to be a little bit different. Thanksgiving is going to be different. Christmas is going to be different. So we wanted to do something special for agents at Mountains of Sound and Puget Sound. So as a family, we're going to be opening the office up on the 30th. So this Friday. Literally, it is going to be, I know it says here Freaky Friday, the 30th from 3 to 5 p.m. But we are going to be just opening the offices. Offices are going to be decorated. Bring your kids by, bring yourselves by, come grab some candy. It will be socially distanced, right? We're going to make sure that all the precautions are in there so that people will be able to enjoy just a time of one socially being together in a spacious way. And just enjoying Halloween together, right? This is all about family. It's all about kids. So we just want to have a good time. There is something special, though. I know it says from 3 to 5 here on the card. It'll probably be open all day, but there is a special photo that we are going to be taking on the main lobby steps at noon. And so we encourage everybody to come in costume, be on the steps at noon, come get your picture taken with us. We're looking forward to it. Lindy and I have got our costumes all ready to go, so we're excited to be a part.
I love it. By the way, this is open to both Keller Williams Puget Sound and Mountains of Sound site, guys. So this will be a lot of fun. Make sure you wear your mask. Make sure you socially distance. And I think it'll be a lot of fun getting everybody in there. Awesome, Bill.
Well, should be a good time. So can't wait to see your costume, Cole. So
right. Awesome. Okay. All right, my friend. Hey, thanks so much for coming on. I sure appreciate it. Okay, so we have a few other things to share with you. First of all, we have an amazing program called 12 Weeks to Mastery. And what that is, it's specifically designed for agents who join us from outside brokerages that really helps them learn the systems, tools, technology, the language of the MREA. And it is also good for any agent who really is wanting to deepen their understanding of the MREA and deepen their skill set. So we do have another class. We're going to be starting this on November 5th. It is 7:30 in the morning, nice and early before your lead generation time. We'd love you guys to join in on it. So do me a favor, you're going to be getting an email on it. So make sure that you register, or you'll also find this information out on our Facebook pages, and then you guys can join in. We've had 3 classes go through already, and it has had rave reviews. So everybody is definitely welcome to join in. Okay, and then the next thing we've got, this is fantastic. So I know a lot of you guys went to business planning with Bill, or with Pam and Dennis, did a phenomenal job. For those people who missed it, or for those people who maybe aren't with Keller Williams, we have something called the Fall Business Planning Mastermind. This will be a webinar based for 2 days. So on day 1, it's going to be November 17th. You're going to be learning things like recapping your 2020 business plan, a 2021 business plan, a marketing plan, a budget plan, scheduling plan, organizational chart plan. Fantastic things for you there. Then on day 2, that is really where Sajag Patel, Executive Director of the KW MAP Strategy, will show you how to put that business plan into action. And you'll mastermind with other like-kind people in your production level so you can really get that into action. Love for you to join it. Now, if you are a MAPS coaching client, MAPS coaching, it is free for you. And if you're not part of MAPS coaching, it's only $49, guys. So this could be an amazing, amazing thing. If you weren't able to come to business planning before, this could be a wonderful solution for you. Okay. Another thing that's coming, and this is so dear to our hearts. As you guys know, November starts our giving season and our gratitude season. So one thing that we do every year is our gratitude lunches, both at our Puget Sound office as well as our Mountains to Sound office. Obviously, this year it's going to be a little different. It is going to be virtual this year. And both of our executive leadership teams have some really special things planned. So for the Mountains to Sound, it will be on Thursday, November 19th from 11 to 12:30. Lots of fun stuff planned. And then for Puget Sound, that is going to be on Monday the 23rd from 11 to 12. We want you guys to take part. You're going to get some emails to help register for this. You'll also see it on our Facebook pages. We'd love for you to take part on it. Now, one thing we really want you to take part on, we'd like you to share with us your gratitudes. So you can go into either office. You can fill out something called a gratitude leaf and just write what you are grateful for. And also at Mountains to Sound, you'll be getting a special email that'll be asking you for your gratitudes, because we're going to be doing something extra special at our Mountains to Sound with those gratitudes. So we hope you'll join there. And then one more thing on Mountains to Sound, we are going to have a contest for all of the chefs in our organization. One of those people would be, okay, Guru Singh, I'm looking at you right now. Cindy Gregory, I'm looking at you. So here's what we're going to be doing. First of all, you're going to post your favorite recipe on our KWMTS office Facebook page. All right. And that's going to be from Wednesday, November 11th through Tuesday, the 17th at 3 p.m. Now, make your recipe stand out with pictures or videos. That's always fun. Then on Wednesday, the 18th, your executive leadership team will be picking our 5 recipes that we want to make the most. So we're going to choose the top 5. Then during the gratitude lunch, we'll have everybody vote on out of those top 5, what's the one that they want to make. And then, of course, our winner will get a special prize. All right, so that's the stuff that we have going on in taking care of business. So let's get right to it. We have a phenomenal panel today. So we've got Rosie Rourke. She's going to be talking all about farming. We have Mike Renard is going to be talking about social media. Lene Miller is going to be talking all about database. We have Callie Akani. She's going to be talking about cold calling. And then we're going to wrap it up with Mr. Guru Singh talking all about smart plans. So Ms. Rosie, would you come on in and say hi to everybody for us?
Hello.
Hello, how are you, my friend?
I'm good. How are you?
I am wonderful. It is so good to see you.
So
Oh my gosh. So much going on in your world, ladies. You've joined us recently. Now we already have you teaching classes. So thank you for
it's my favorite subject, farming.
Absolutely. Okay, so do us a favor. Tell us just a little bit about your business, your team, and then maybe you can take us through why farming has been so good for you. And I know that you have also shared quite a few bullet points. And I'm going to ask Goldie to put those in the chat section for a download so everybody can get those as well.
Okay, great. Yeah, I've got about 19 bullet point plan. But I am open for discussion in the chat group if people think they have some cool ideas for farming. Let's make one great big wonderful list, and I can add to mine, so we can have a rock and farm list of ideas.
Love it. I love it.
I've been doing this for 25 years. In fact, this is my anniversary week of 25. So we've been having fun with celebrations at the team office. they pranked me with filling my office with green balloons. I couldn't even open the door.
Oh
So,
my gosh.
and I have a team of 8, which includes me. I've got buyers agents, listing agents, team support. So it's great.
I love it. I love
Yeah.
it. Okay, so should we just jump into your list here?
Yeah, let's do it.
Awesome. Okay, so the very first thing you've got on your list is have a recognizable brand.
So they want to be able to recognize you. So you want to use your brand. If you don't have a brand, it's not that expensive to do it. And you can go online and have somebody who can do it for you. They can compete for your business and create a brand for you at hardly any cost. I went to Marty at Umbrella Graphics, who I've used for decades, and he's treated me well and treated other clients well. He can create a brand as well. But get the brand first, because when you start doing your advertising, you want to be recognizable. So my logo is consistent on my business card, my postcard mailouts, my email blasts, my magazine or newspaper ads, my Facebook and Twitter and Instagram engagement all has that same brand. So now when they see the sign, they can think a lot of times they say, I see you everywhere. Well, yeah, you do. That's on purpose. I'm putting myself everywhere, and it's the brand that becomes recognizable.
Fantastic. Okay, our next one. Find a community of a manageable quantity of properties, such as 50 plus or minus to start. Pick a community that has turnover sales of 3 plus to minus years. When you're ready to add another farm, pick a community nearby that would be a move up neighborhood with same schools or better, nicer properties.
This is the heart of it. So you don't want to pick a neighborhood where nobody moves. I really like the Grove as an example. If anyone's familiar with that neighborhood in the Renton Maple Valley School District, Renton address called the Grove. They're gorgeous, a gorgeous price point of $1 million, but no one ever moves. So that's
Gosh.
not great for a farm, but you want to pick an area where there's more turnover. I would say that, for every 3 years, somebody's selling a home, and obviously if they're turning it more, first time home buyer price range is a really good place to start. And then, as I mentioned, you can add on to that. So for example, I work in Fairwood, I live in Fairwood, so I'm going to use some Fairwood examples. If you start with like the Fairwood West, Fairwood Crest neighborhood, that's going to be about a $450,000 price range.
Mhm.
That turns all the time because that's where people land there or start there. So it's constantly having movement. Then I wanted to add on going to the next neighborhood up, the logical place up. And some people kept saying they wanted to be in a different school district. Well, across the street is a different school district. So I picked Fairwood Greens right across the street. And it was a move up from Fairwood West, Fairwood Crest. And then from in Fairwood Greens, I want to have bigger houses after that. So then I grabbed onto Fairwood Firs, Woodside, the Parks, Carriagewood, Carriage Crest, all of those areas feed into the same schools, but it gets people moving with me and going logically moving up the ladder with when their kids are going up.
Gotcha. Okay, great. Utilize the Everydoor Direct EDDM from the post office to keep costs down from mail out.
Big one. You want to do it in a cost saving manner because you're going to be sending it out to many people every single month. The Everydoor Direct Mail is part of the United States Post Office. And so you can find, if you Google EDDM with the post office, you'll be able to find the information. You can actually pick out postal route codes. And so in your farm, you zero in on the postal route areas, and it automatically calculates how much that's going to cost you for postage. Way less than a stamp.
Love
way
it.
less than bulk mail. So that was really the game changer, getting my cost cutting price down, is using EDDM.
Love
You
it.
have to follow certain criteria. So the postcard isn't a regular one that you can cut out of your printer of the standard just listed, just sold. It has to be a certain size. Like here's an example. It's a little larger, but it comes out really nice. And then they put the postage on there.
Okay, fantastic. Go to the next one. Create a professional quality postcard ad mail out that fits with the EDDM requiring size. You use Marty at Umbrella Graphics for your marketing.
Yeah, and you can, from what I understand, I'm new to Keller Williams. So I understand you can go into command and create your own there. So there again is a way to do some cost savings. I have used Marty and I can say, Marty, I want to do this campaign and I want it to say something about this. And all of a sudden, bam, it says my message, but 10 times better and with graphics. So I am not creative. I just know who to call.
I love it.
But you can go into command. I haven't gone in there, Cole. You could probably speak more to that than I can.
Yeah, you can definitely do it through command, and that's great. I'm excited that you're sharing with what you do. All best practices are all good for us. That's for sure.
Yeah, just remember you got to use the right size though.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So let's go into send out mail out one every month. Post on social media sites weekly.
Yeah, and the mail outs would be the postcard. So you could do a mail out, whether it be the postcard each month or a postcard 1 month, a social media another month. But my recommendation is you need to catch their attention and just be on that delicate balance of not being obnoxious. but the point is not to just blast them with nonsense. It's things that they'll want to hear about their area, about their community. So I send out a postcard, EDDM postcard every month. And I also, in addition to that, do other items that I send out, which we'll get to in a minute.
Sounds good. By the way, everybody, we're having a little trouble attaching in the chat section. So Goldie is going to send out Rosie's points here out to everybody. We may not be able to get to all of them here, but you are going to get them. And a little birdie told me that Rosie might be willing to teach a class on this. Am I right?
I love this. I love this. I would love to teach everybody what I did that created some sort of a secret sauce, because it's a pretty powerful machine, our farm right now, giving us a ton of business.
Absolutely. Okay, I'm actually going to put just a few more of these on here, Rosie, and why don't we just take us through the ones that are on this particular page, and we'll go to the next slide. Sound good?
Yeah, that sounds good. So let's see here. Like I said, you want to do something specific to the community. So for a really good example, I just did last Saturday in a community event. And so I did a postcard campaign around it, social media campaign around it, and it was to benefit the community and also Northwest Food Harvest Drive and Vine Maple Place raising money. We raised, okay, I just got to say this, $5,500 for Vine Maple Place.
Wow, that's fantastic.
3 truckloads of food to donate to Northwest Food Harvest.
Wow.
And we also combined it with the Kent Ridge Grad Night fundraising Krispy Kreme Donuts fundraiser, and they raised $1,500. So that didn't cost me anything.
Right.
But can you imagine the buzz around that, and utilizing all the tools I'm talking about? Utilize the EDDM, the social media engagement, email blast to your folks. Yeah, so it's all about being in your community to be recognizable. Yeah. So you can do things like sponsor the Easter egg hunt, or the 4th of July neighborhood block party barbecue. Get creative. The people love what we do because it's about them, right, and not about me. Mm-hmm. It's about them. But now we're top of mind.
Love it. Well, and you are so known to be, such a giver in your community. You really are that. And I think you've spent some wonderful time providing such value and providing such heart to your community. I think that's one of the biggest reasons why you're doing so amazingly well, Rosie.
I agree with you, and it fills my cup and my soul, but it gets us business too. I don't want it to sound self-serving like that, because I get just as much out of it that people give back.
I love it.
But it all started with me and our kids, my boys. I have 2 boys, and at kindergarten at Fairwood Elementary, I started there and I volunteered in the PTA and I became a board member of the PTA. Those are the ones that they're in the know, right? They're all chit chatting with everybody and spread the word. So get involved with the PTA, get involved with your homeowners association board, attend the HOA meetings. That's where you can provide market statistics to folks that you're not selling them anything. You're just telling them, here's what houses sold, which one's what pending. And if anyone wants more information, here's my business card stapled to the report, and show up and be in the community. So we're kind of passing a lot of the stuff, but I wanted to hit on the important ones, Cole, that you and I talked about.
Yeah, those are so fantastic, Rosie. And like we said, guys, we're going to send out Rosie's list out to you guys. We'll get that in the mail to you right after the meeting today. And this is, this is 25 years of best practice, good, yummy stuff. And I got to tell you, Rosie, thank you so much for sharing all this with everybody. And then we'll definitely bring you back for a class, my friend. You are extraordinary.
Sounds good. I can't wait to hear the rest of the panel.
Oh, I know. They're going to be awesome. All right. We'll see you later. And I'm going to invite in Mr. Mike Renard. Mike, come on in. How are you, my friend?
Doing so good. How are you?
I am fantastic. It's good to see you again for another joining us on this on one of our team meetings. We'd love to have you here.
Thank you.
All right. So tell us a little bit about your business and tell us about kind of why social media is your gig.
Yeah. So just starting year 6 in the business. I got started full time in 2015. We're growing this year. I hired a showing assistant. I hired an administrative assistant, and we're just looking to grow and capitalize. And social has just kind of come easily because I really enjoy it. I pulled stats because I know everybody appreciates stats. We have 11 closed units from social media this year for 119,000 in GCI, and that's on 0 ad spend.
Oh my gosh, that's incredible.
Yes.
All
Yeah,
right,
it's been great.
You've put this wonderful plan together for us. So can you walk us through what we're seeing here?
Absolutely. So I'm just going to kind of start at the top. I'm a fast talker. I'm probably going to move really quickly. So if I don't take the whole 10 minutes, I apologize. So starting right at the top, this is social media. It's not selling media. Think of it as a cocktail party back when those were a thing. No one wants to hear you always talking about your business. It should be a 3-to-1 ratio of personal to business. And I'm not always great at this because we are living, breathing real estate machines. It's hard for us to distinguish real estate and personal lives, but it can't always be business. And you need to make a plan for your personal posting too. There's a quote at the bottom. I don't know if you can read it, but it says, that's my previous one. A social media relationship is 100 times more powerful than a real life relationship. It's kind of thought-provoking, right?
It is thought-provoking.
Why do you think that may be, just off the cuff?
Maybe because people are just kind of who they are on social media.
Sure, it's where everybody's at. And I can look at your profile and I can probably find out what you do for a living, what your birthday is, places you've been recently. And I haven't even spoken a word to you yet. And so that's really interesting to me because it's literally, like you mentioned, Cole, it's where everybody's at.
Yeah.
So the other thing on point number 1 there is just be clear on who you are. It's so hard, especially I've struggled with this, comparing everybody else's outsides to my insides, right? So just be really, really clear on who you are. Number 2, plan it out daily. Make a plan every single day. Guru's going to talk, Guru's got another class on a 135. It is a leg of our business, obviously. And so I have to make a plan for it every day in my 411 that I just wrote out, because otherwise I will spend way too much time on social media. So the 555 deal is 5 comments on friends' posts. I usually do that in the lunchtime hour, sometime around 11 to 1. 5 comments on friends' stories. We'll talk a little bit more on stories, but it's a really cool, easy way to engage with people, and they disappear after 24 hours. And the other one that people have a really hard time with is 5 pieces of content. You'll see I posted 8 different social media platforms on this little infographic.
Yeah.
So it's a lot. And you don't have to be really good at all of them, but you do need to be really consistent in the ones that you do choose. So 5 pieces of content, that could be 3 stories and 2 posts, or 4 stories and 1 post, or reels, and TikTok, as long as that's around. That's a great outlet that people are, kind of afraid to use, but we just have to get out there. The other thing that I want to mention here is to have an image bank. Store images from Pinterest, from Google, wherever. Just store images that you find interesting as you're scrolling your own feed in different outlets, so you can revert back to that easily without thinking, man, what am I going to post? It's 11:30.
Love that.
So make sure you have an image bank. Number 3, you are shouting your brand, so shout wisely. Rosie mentioned it. She stays really consistent in her farming, and you're gonna do the same thing with social. Here's some quick do's and don'ts. The quick hitters. Do audit your last year of content. What's working? What's driving engagement? What do you enjoy posting? Who is your audience? Don't spam your audience. Going back to point number 1, you should not be spamming your business as often as I probably am guilty of, but try not to spam your audience. Do be authentic. Be authentic to who you are. Don't abuse hashtags. So Instagram has moved over to what's called like a shadow ban. So a lot of us, myself included, I've got 30 hashtags because that's how many hashtags you can post at any given time. Well, Instagram's picked that up, and now they're going to hide your content because you're using the same hashtags every single day.
Oh, wow.
That's
Okay.
something to kind of walk away from.
Okay.
Do your research. Don't post politics, especially right now. Do location tag. Tag businesses, tag other people's shout outs, tag the cities and towns that you're in, because it will start to show up. Don't complain. Do interact. Don't write in all caps, and do be transparent. I hope you guys are catching any of that.
Love those. Hey, so would it be possible for us to get that list, and when we send out the Rosie's list, we could send out your do's and don'ts, Mike?
Yep, I'll email it to Goldie.
That'd be fantastic.
Okay, number 4, the goal is to stop the scroll. And my llama friend there says, be visual. Use lots and lots of photos and infographics. Do video. We're all scared of video, but we just got to get out there. Just commit to it. And consider hiring professionals too. While do maybe 2 or 3 professional videos, or maybe 1 a quarter. It could be an event. It could be something personal related. Just commit to video. It's not going anywhere. It's going to be around for a long time. Pick 3 to 4 themes that you can talk about week after week. It goes back to your business planning, right? So start a note in your phone and just start writing down anything and everything about you. What do you like doing? What are you out doing on the weekends? Break down a game plan for the real estate aspect. Like Rosie mentioned, start blasting like farm related stuff, community events you've got going in the community and everything. Get used to stories because they're not going anywhere. And stories is at the top of everybody's page, Facebook and Instagram. And they are a really, really organic way to drive engagement. And they're only 15 seconds at a time, or a minute per 4. It's a really fun, lighthearted way to drive engagement. And part of my plan, going back to number 2, is to engage with people on stories, because they're like, I don't know the exact number, but 60% more likely to respond in a story because it's quick and it's instant, versus a comment because they get buried on the feed, right?
Great. Okay.
Number 5, ask questions and engage with people. This is meant to be both content related and in your follow-up. A lot of times if you ask open-ended questions just as a post, Nicole Larson's really good at this too. She asks really short, open-ended questions, and all of a sudden you look back 20 minutes later and it's like 250 comments. And the funny part is half of them might be mine or half of them might be Nicole's, but people don't see that. They just see how much engagement the post is getting. So ask open-ended questions and drive that engagement. And plus your posts will appear in more of your friends' feeds because Facebook loves organic posting.
Gotcha.
Number 6, utilize Messenger and direct messaging. I looked this up 20 minutes ago because I didn't have the stat, but Facebook and Instagram are sending 100 billion messages every single day.
Oh my gosh.
So another cool part is they just merged officially. It's been in talks for a long time, but now they're going to really try and drive an all-in-one platform for messaging. And it's going to be a much easier way for you to revert back to where conversations start. We've had 42 conversations this year start on Facebook Messenger alone.
Wow.
Because it's where people are at, right? It's the easy spot for someone to reach out, and you know they've got a Facebook account, and you can see when they've looked at the message. So it's an easy way to track. Also very interesting, Facebook has video calling now. Not everybody has Zoom, so this would be a really easy way to conduct a buyer consult or a listing consult if we're respecting the social distance too, and it's free.
Great point. Thanks for sharing that. That's awesome.
Number 7, it does not replace your lead gen. And this is really important. It is a cheap and easy way to add touches to your business plan. As I said, we've had 0 on ad spend this year, and that's something that I'm committing to change because I do want to grow. So I'm gonna be better about learning the designs and campaigns. But 0 ad spend, it's a really cheap way to drive business. The biggest thing, guys, is meet them where they're at. And we all know that they're on Facebook. We know that they're on Instagram. And so connect with them. When I first got started, I wanted to add 5 friends a day. And my threshold was 20 mutual friends. If we had 20 plus mutual friends, I just added them.
Yep.
5 a day.
Love it.
Stay consistent, stick to your game plan. And a couple books that I really want to recommend. Building a Story Brand by Donald Miller.
Yep.
Contagious by Jonah Berger. And The Power of Moments by Chip and Dan Heath is a really good one. It's not so social media related, but it really ties into, being human and being transparent and driving to what's going to get people to engage with me.
Love it. Oh, Mike, this is such a big, huge, we absolutely love everything that you just shared with us. By the way, all of your panelists today, and Mike is absolutely one of them, have also volunteered to teach a class. So I am excited to explore this even more with you, Mike. Thank you so much, my friend, for being on our call today. We just so appreciate you and everything you've shared with everybody.
Thanks, Cole. Appreciate you guys.
You betcha. Take care. All right, so let's bring in Ms. Lene Miller. Lene, how are you today, my friend?
I am good. Can you see me? Hey.
I can. How are you?
Good. I'm doing good.
Okay, so tell us a little bit about your business and tell us why your database is your magic sauce.
So this is my 16th year in the business. So I'm sweet 16 again. Yay. I partner with my sister, Charla, and database is important to me because it really has been the #1 source of business for me the entire time I've been in business. So I was lucky enough to start in a office that was a Buffini office. So working your community was a big thing. So that's how I started with real estate. And then I also come from a background of Nordstrom. Nordstrom was my first sales job. So providing really good customer service was obviously the cornerstone of Nordstrom sales. So those are the kind of backgrounds that made me, I think, suited for a database. I would say that this year, more so than ever, like when COVID started, I was really nervous about, oh, okay, how's this gonna work? We can't show houses, we can't meet with people, we can't do this, we can't do that. And then I had to just kind of calm myself down. I had to remember a couple things. I remembered that I, number one, I believe in savings. So I have had a ton of savings. So I just was like, okay, if everything goes wrong, I have that backed me up. And then I remember that I have a lot of database people who really care about me and they care about my business, and I care about them and their genuine relationships.
Yeah.
I just started working from there.
I love it. Well, you've shared with us some ideas, so I just want to kind of take people through it. Oh, I love this. Tell us a little bit about this.
So for me, doing phone calls is still a little salesy, unless it's a very real, authentic. Those of you who know me know what you see is what you get. So super authentic. So for me, I thought, okay, what can I do to engage with my clients? And I really like doing birthdays with my clients and handwritten notes. And so I use a combination of, so I took my birthday cards and I just kicked them up a notch. So instead of doing store birthday cards, I call them legendary birthday cards. So I use download pictures from Facebook, my clients from Facebook. I drop them into a Canva template and then I upload them onto AM cards. And so AM cards will send out a card. They will send out brownies or Amazon card or Starbucks card or anything you want to put in with them. This happened to be their gourmet brownies. On the back of the cards, I also put our business information because I did those for, I do it for birthday. I do them for key milestones in the real estate transaction. I did personalized Mother's Day cards and Father's Day cards. And I had people that called me crying. I had a couple clients that literally called me crying because I had chosen pictures that they just were bawling. They had forgot they had those pictures on their Facebook. And they're not likely to throw that away. Most people just put it up on a shelf somewhere and they'll never throw that card away. So I feel that that's a lasting product. So, and it's just a way so people know that I'm thinking about them more than just, I don't know, just a little extra thought going into it.
Yeah. Hey, Stephanie has a question. Do you send this to everyone in your database?
So I send birthday cards to everyone. I send the brownies to past clients or people who have given me referrals.
Okay, fantastic. All right, let's go to our next one here. This is your market update.
Yeah, so I used to do monthly newsletters that I would mail out religiously and postcards that I would mail out to my database. And when COVID hit, I thought, oh no, okay, well, I don't know about sending paper and things like that to people's houses. I didn't know how people would feel about that. And my coach is always telling me to do video. So I thought, okay, well, I'm gonna start doing video. And really my whole thought was, if I can't leave my house, I'm gonna sell houses from my dining room table. So that's where I'm at today, is my dining room table. So I just started doing market updates. I put stats. I love stats. So I like to tell people what's going on. So my market updates are video that are sent out via BombBomb. And they tell people what's happened in South King County every 7 days. And so that way they get the information, they get my personality, they get top of mind. And it just replaced that monthly newsletter. And, they're just, to me, they're just ways to stay on people's top of mind and have a good time connecting with folks.
Love it. And you actually do also, you like your pumpkin patch BombBomb. You just utilize BombBomb for a lot of different things, don't you?
Yeah, I like BombBomb because one, you can see, you can see who's opened your email. You can see who's watched your video. You can see any of the links that they've clicked on. You can also see who's not engaging. You can see how much of your videos they're watching, or you can just find out a lot of information. So when I have a listing appointment or any kind of appointment with someone, I'll send them a BombBomb video. I'll attach links to my reviews. I'll attach a marketing plan, anything I want them to read before we meet. And then I can see if they actually open it and engage with it through BombBomb.
Gotcha. Fantastic. And then we have tracking is the key. I love how you say this.
Yeah, so one of the things I really like about BombBomb is I can see who it went out to, who opened it, who watched it. There's also a feature to tell me how long people are watching the video for. So I was realizing some videos were performing better than others. I could also see that, like if I did a Matterport versus a video, which one did people prefer to look at? So that way that just helped me eliminate one over the other. And so I wasn't spending my money on that anymore. And then also when I can see a person opening, or opening a bunch of my different videos, then that lets me know I need to call them. Like, oh boy, I need to call them because they're looking for something. They're either looking for my phone number, they're looking for some information I sent out to them, or they're just looking. So that always prompts me to give them a call and just say, hey, how are you, touch bases, how are you doing? And usually they either have a referral for me or they're ready to ask questions about something. So the tracking part of BombBomb is really important to me.
Well, and you're holding your money accountable, right? I mean, we talk about that all the time, especially in our budget model. It's all about playing red light, green light, holding that money accountable. So I love that you're doing that kind of analysis. A couple other pictures here. You did your pumpkin patch. This is way too cute. And so you did a socially distanced pumpkin patch this year, yeah?
Yeah, so Pumpkin Patch is our signature event. This was our 4th year doing it. And it was a little nervous. I thought, okay, are people really going to show up at the Pumpkin Patch? We had to get rid of some things. So we had to get rid of face painting and some other things. And we replaced it with a costume contest. So for the kid who won the costume contest, we gave away a bike. So this little girl won a bike. And when we delivered it, she was so happy. And then we gave, for the adult who dressed up, we gave away $100 Amazon card. We had a good turnout. My side had 60 families that showed up. Last year I had a little over 100 families. So there was some fallout, but for the most part, I always get referrals from the event. I have clients who call me and say, hey, what day are we doing the pumpkin patch this year, to mark it on their calendars. It's just a fun way to see and engage with people. And since it was outside, it doesn't matter. We've done it in the rain. We've done it in the sunshine. Everyone always comes and has a great time. And then also I share this event with another agent. So I just want to remind people that it is okay to, share your events with another agent, because you save on resources, you save on just everything. The event always looks bigger, people have more fun, you can get a bigger discount on things. It's just great to be able to and share the event. Nobody ever says, oh, whose client are you? Well, whose client are you? Well, who's your agent? Nobody ever says that. Everybody just has a good time.
Love it. Love it. And then, of course, this was your Santa photos is what you did last year, right?
Santa photos. I shared the event with Stephanie Lynch and Dawn from the Puget Sound office. And we just had Santa photos, and we did letters from the kids to Santa, and cookie making and ornament making. And so we just had a good time. So I think it's important that if you're nervous about doing, which I always was, I was nervous about doing a client event. So partnering with someone else made it easy. And if you partner with Stephanie Lynch, she likes to do everything. So that's always great. Yay.
We love Stephanie. That's it. That's it.
The only other thing I would say is that working my database is like this year, like I said, I was really nervous. And so far, 95% of my business has been sold from this kitchen table. through my database, either them personally or someone they've referred me to. So I've been able to stay safe and healthy and still make a pretty good living.
That's incredible. And I know your business is way up this year. So congratulations for you. And you just leaned in. I think that's the, and I think for everybody who's on the panel, and definitely you, Lene, I think when we lean into the things that we're really great at, we've kept business going, and you've definitely done a fantastic job on that, my friend.
All right.
All right. Well, thank you so much for being here again. Lene will we'll be having her do a class and maybe a mastermind around a database as well. So thanks, my friend, for coming on. I sure appreciate it.
You're welcome.
All right. Well, let's bring on Callie. Callie Akana. How are you, Callie?
I'm good. How are you?
And I'm so glad you are here with us today, because you have got you are one of the few people who really can do cold calling. I think a lot of people are afraid of it. So do us a favor, tell us a little bit about your team, and then tell us kind of what makes cold calling kind of do it for you.
All right. Well, I am Callie Akana. I am one of the lead agents on the Nicole Larson and Associates team out of the Puget Sound office. And we have, right now we have about, I believe we have 12 agents on our team, and we are very rapidly adding more. So it's really exciting. We have an amazing admin team that keeps us all together and keeps supporting us. I do feel like the baby on the panel, like the newborn. I have only been in real estate for 3 years, but it is a huge passion of mine, and I absolutely love every second of it. So why cold calling? And I'm just going to be blunt and honest, because I was so resistant to it when I started in real estate. I hated it. I didn't like it. I couldn't see the value in cold calling, but Nicole pushed me and pushed hard. And I'll be honest, it is the one thing that propelled my business forward in the beginning of my real estate career. And when I am, when my pipeline is not filled and I don't have consistent business, it always comes back to cold calling and lead generating. So this is really the base of our business.
I love it. Well, let's then jump right into it.
Yeah.
I love how you said that you weren't comfortable with it. And this is probably one of the first things that got you comfortable, right?
It is. And, knowing your scripts is probably the base of doing cold calling. Now, am I saying that you have to spend months practicing your scripts and mastering them before you make a call? Absolutely not. I mean, unfortunately, we do have to kind of fake it till we make it sometimes, and that's okay. The most important thing about scripts is practice, right? Practice makes perfect. We tell our kids to practice. I have 4 kids at home. I'm constantly telling them, well, if you keep practicing, you'll just get better. But that's something that we have to follow as well as agents. So practicing. So make sure that you are practicing your scripts daily. Find an accountability partner. Find someone that you can script with. On our team, we have scripting calls twice a week. So we are meeting as a team and doing scripts. It's really beneficial. You get to hear a lot of different scenarios that you've never thought of, and they're based off of real experiences that our agents are having. And then we get to talk about it and work through it at the end of the script call. If you do not have a script partner, post in the intranet, post in your, whether it's Mountains to Sound or, Puget Sound, find someone that will script with you. Let's see. Also, this is really important. If you don't know the answer, it's okay to say that you don't know and that you're willing to find the answer. I feel as real estate agents, we want to look professional in all aspects, and of course that's true. But really the point is to be honest. And if you don't know the answer, tell them. That's a great question. And honestly, I'm not 100% sure. And I don't want to give you wrong information. So let me look into that and get back to you.
Perfect. And I think that takes us right into our next one, which is come from contribution.
Come from contribution, yes. This is not about you. It isn't. This is about finding the problem of the client and solving it for them. You want to be their guide. You want to be, you know, their right-hand man. So if your agenda is simply to get another client, which of course that's our goal, but if that's your agenda, they're going to smell it a mile away, even through the phone. So make sure that you're always coming from contribution.
Perfect. And notes, notes, and more notes.
I cannot stress this enough. Poor notes can truly ruin a good follow-up call. I mean, and we're talking about picking out very rich information in your conversation, personal information about them. Like you see in this graphic, Fido is sick. The next time I call this person, the first thing I'm going to ask is, oh my goodness, how is Fido doing? Right? I mean, you have to get personal information. And then the other thing that you really need to be noting down is, what is their motivation? What is driving them forward to make a decision? And that way you can touch on that in every conversation that you have with these people.
Great. Organization is the key.
It really is. And, you know, we have a particular platform that we use on our team. We use Sync, but not everybody is going to use that, and that's okay. But the bottom line is, make sure that your information, and this kind of goes back to Lene, right? She was talking about her database. I guarantee you she's an incredibly organized person. And if you're not organized, now's the time to become organized with your notes, making sure that you have labels. So however you're doing that, make sure that you're doing it well and you have the information readily available to you. You know, if the buyer is 30 to 60 days out, or the seller's 30 to 60 days out, organize, you know, a follow-up call in your calendar. Whether you're a pen to paper type of person, I'm very digital, so I live and die by my calendar on my phone. So utilize the tools that are available to you. Just do it well.
Great. And then standards.
We're going to spend a little bit of time on this one. So if you read this, it sounds shocking. You want to call on day one, you want to call, you want to text, and you want to email these people. Day two, you're calling, you leave them a voicemail, and if they don't answer, send them a text message as well. Day three, you want to text or call, send a link to one of your apps, whether it's a KW app or another branded app that you have, send that to them. Day four, send a personalized email with the properties. You know, if they have logged into your particular system, you should have an idea of what it is that they're looking for, even if you haven't been able to get in contact with them quite yet. Call them again, leave a voicemail, and text them if there's no answer. And the key to this is to repeat this for every single day for 21 days, or until you've made contact, or you're told to leave them alone. And we're really going to go into the on the next slide. It's kind of the why behind these particular standards. I know people will look at this and go, no, because I was one of them. I'm the one who said, absolutely not. That is ridiculous. People are going to think I'm hounding them. But chances are, if they've signed up on your site or you've pulled their information from somewhere, they probably have other people calling them as well. And they won't know that it's been you calling them and doing all of these things repeatedly. They already have a bunch of people who are trying to reach out to them. The goal is to be the person that gets their attention, the person that gets their response.
Great. Which means consistency.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I think this is really incredibly powerful. And that's why we do the previous slide and keep those standards. And I'm going to read this word for word because it's that important. 48% of salespeople never even follow up with a prospect. Never do. 25% of salespeople make a second contact, then they stop. They just disappear. 12% of salespeople only make 3 contacts, then they stop. And only 10% make more than 3 contacts.
Wow.
But here's where the numbers play in. Only 2% of sales are made on that first contact. 3% are made on the second, 5% are made on the third, 10% are made on the fourth, but 80% of sales are made through the 5th to 12th contact. That is incredible. So that's why consistency is so key in the cold calling and lead generating aspects of our business. Stick in there. I know that it feels weird and it makes you all, but it's the consistency that gets the business. And I guarantee every single person on the panel before me touched on the consistency and making sure that you're consistent, whether it's farming, whether it's social media, whether it's the database. It's so important.
Thank you, Kelly. How wonderful. This was really, really great. I know this is one of those big scary places for people, but you've actually made it feel like anybody could go do it. That's fantastic.
We can. If I can do it, anybody can do it. I promise you, I was the most resistant. I dug my heels in. I told Nicole no. Yes, I told Nicole Larson no. And I'm thankful that she pushed me because, like I said, this is where my business truly propelled.
Wonderful. Well, Kelly, thank you so much for joining us today. And like everybody else, you've also volunteered to teach a class on this. So we really are grateful to you. Thank you so much
For having me.
You bet. All right, let's bring on Mr. Guru Singh. Guru, my friend. How are you today?
Hey, good. How's it going? And it looks like I can't start the video because the host has stopped it. So.
That's so strange. Well, let's try that.
Oh, there you go. Start the video.
Hi.
Hello.
So good to see you, my friend. You're just right across the hall from me.
Yeah,
So it's kind of weird doing this, but it's good to see you. All right, so Command Smart Plans. That's what we're talking about today for you. So first of all, do us a favor, tell us a little bit about your business and kind of why Smart Plans, you've really gravitated towards those and you're using those well in your business.
So I started almost close to 4 years ago. So, and now I'm here with Gabby, who's my director of operations, and hopefully we'll just keep on, pushing forward and growing. Smart plans are important, and when we were listening to Callie and me and Gabby was like, oh, that's a smart plan, because whatever she was talking about, all those steps, you can create a smart plan to remind you and keep you on task. Right? Otherwise, you're gonna be lost in the abyss. So I'm pretty sure Callie, they have a plan where they follow and they have notes and reminders for them. So for today, I picked out the birthday small plan to kind of like go over how it works, and so you can stay on top of your game.
Love it. So this one, so when someone goes to Smart Plans, so there's two things in, right? There's a library that they can go to for Smart Plans, or they can create their own. Is that correct?
Correct. So, and you can create your own. And then I did some little bit of tweaking with the birthday smart plan because it was pretty generic and I want to do a personal touch to it. So you can edit those before you make them live. So the key is to make sure you go through it, maybe set yourself up on one and then see how it works. And that way, then you can fix it and then create a new one. Because once you've entered somebody into a smart plan, you cannot change it. So you'll have to restart over. So instead of adding a lot of people into it first, make sure you run it on yourself first so you know how it works.
Right. Now, I know this is an area, obviously Command, wow, is it getting robust? And this is one area that people really, really are wanting to learn a lot about and take their time with. How long did it take you to learn about Smart Plans?
It's for everybody's, I guess, different. For me, maybe 10 minutes. For somebody, maybe 15 or 20, but I don't think it's more than that. It's pretty easy, pretty straightforward.
Love it. Love it. Well, here's one thing I know, I think probably a lot of people on the call know that we communicate a lot with all of you guys using Smart Plans. And I tell you what, it has created such a leverage piece, and it really takes a big, heavy lift off of the agent always having to be right there. And I know Gabby has really, is she there with you by chance?
Yeah, she's right here. Here.
Come on over, Gabby. Hi, Gabby. So Gabby, you've really been the one who's been embracing this technology and started just really making this work for Guru and his business. Is that correct?
Yes. I think Smart Plans are really cool. It allows you to create a personal contact with clients without having to take a big part of your day out of. It's great with reminding every day you pop into command if you have a current smart plan. Like for the birthday plan, for example, the first touch task is to send a handwritten note. That's my favorite part of the birthday plan is I actually get to fill out the birthday cards, and it means something. You know, in this day and age when people forget birthdays, people forget special anniversaries, to get something from a professional contact, whether like I think it says like a hairstylist, a trainer, a broker, someone taking a time out of their day to say happy birthday. And this particular smart plan, it has I think it's 3 different touches, 4 touches, excuse me, 6 steps, 6 days, 4 touches.
Mhm.
And so to know that someone who I look at as professional contact has hit me 4 different times to express, you know, their wishes for me to have a happy birthday, that means a lot to me as a client. That someone I know is thinking about me, even if it's just a quick little birthday card, doesn't cost a lot, doesn't take a lot of time. I know that I'm on their radar, and I want them to be on my radar too. So if they're hitting up my birthday plans, they're asking about what things are going on or happening. I'm telling my friends, they're like, oh, this is your agent talking to you, you know? Yeah, my agent members, oh, well, you have an agent? I'm in the business, you know, I'm looking to sell, you know, or I was thinking about buying, you know, give me more information. And so it's a great way to build rapport with your clients, a great way to build additional clientele.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Well, I know you guys have also volunteered to teach a class, and Gabby, I'm thinking Guru is probably going to ask you to do it because I know you are the smart plan goddess on this. But thank you so much. Smart plan goddess, that's what I'm calling her. Here's what we know. A lot of you guys, there's a lot of things in command that you're interested in. I know smart plans is a big piece, so I would just want to thank you for volunteering to do that. And everybody will get all these classes scheduled for you so you'll know what's coming. But Guru and Gabby, thank you so much for joining us today. I so appreciate you coming on board.
You're welcome. Thank you for inviting
Guys
us.
later. Okay, everybody. So glad everybody could join us today. Phenomenal panel. We are going to get the information that they shared. We'll get that out to everybody in an email today, as well as we'll keep you posted. We'll be working with Bill Allison. We'll keep you posted on when we can get some of these classes up. And I want to thank everybody for taking the time out of your day today and joining us. And I hope all of you have a fantastic rest of your week. See y'all later. Bye.